The American Secretary of State Marco Rubio has expressed the United States' commitment to talks aimed at ending the Russian war in Ukraine. This is the Russian and the Ukrainian negotiators have characterized the first day of a new round of negotiations in Abu Dhabi as productive and substantive. They said that the meetings are set to carry on into the second day.
I want to say talks alone are progress, but it's good that there's engagement going on. I would also caution everyone that on things like this, because there's a lot of sensitivities involved in it, progress is probably not going to be known, even via leaks, until we really have a breakthrough.
The US-mediated talks are the latest in a flurry of diplomacy that has so far failed to strike a deal to halt the war. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky stressed that negotiations have to lead to real peace and not provide Russia with a new opportunity to continue the war.
The war must truly be brought to an end. Russia must be ready for this. Partners must also be ready to ensure this with real guarantees, security guarantees, and real pressure on the aggressor. It must also be felt now. People in Ukraine must feel that the situation is genuinely moving toward peace and the end of the war, not toward Russia using everything to its advantage and continuing attacks.
Now, shortly after the talks began on Wednesday, the Russian forces struck a crowded market in eastern Ukraine with cluster munitions, killing at least about 7 people and wounding 15 others. Zelensky also underscored the human toll from the war, noting that over 55,000 of his country troops had been killed. And it marks a rare assessment of battlefield losses that both Moscow and Kyiv have not typically provided. Ukrainian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Georgiy Tykhy said that the contents of the talks was on military and military political issues without elaborating. The main sticking point in settling the war is the long-term fate of territory in eastern Ukraine. Now, Moscow is demanding that Kyiv should pull its troops out of swathes of the Donbas region as a precondition to any deal. It also wants international recognition that land seized in the invasion belongs to Russia. Now, Ukraine has warned that ceding ground will actually embolden Moscow and it will not sign a deal that fails to deter Russia from invading again. So as negotiations continue, Europe says that it has been sidelined in the process. This even as France and Britain are leading efforts to put together a peacekeeping force that could be deployed to Ukraine after any deal. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.